respected Swamiji, distinguished guests, and dear participants joining us from across the globe. On behalf of Modak Academy, I extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you to today's International Webinar. I am Pritili Modak, and it is my privilege to be your host for this inspiring session, Ancient Anecdotes Part 3. We are deeply honored to have with us our esteemed speaker, revered Swami Vimokshanandaji Maharaj, the President of Ramakrishna Mutt, Yelagiri Hills, Tamil Nadu. Following the enriching insights of the earlier session, Part 3 will take us further into the world of timeless anecdotes from our rich spiritual heritage. These stories are not merely narratives from the past, they carry profound wisdom, values, and practical lessons that continue to guide and inspire us in our modern lives. We are confident that revered Maharaj's enlightening discourse will deepen our understanding, inspire reflection, and encourage us to cultivate wisdom, values, inner strength, and spiritual awareness. With deep respect and gratitude, I now invite revered Swami Vimokshanandaji Maharaj to deliver today's lecture. Revered Maharajji, the virtual platform is all yours. Thank you.
At least one Vedic chanting.
What?
Not with Vedic.
Maharajji, your voice is very low. Okay, 1 minute.
Is it okay now?
Yes, Maharaj.
Let's do a one Vedic chanting.
Okay. Okay, so I will do the Vedic chanting Nila Sukta. Om Grinahi Gritavati Sabitayasvati Rantirashano Astu Dhruvadishau Vishnu Patnya Ghora Sishanam Sahasoya Manota Brihaspate Matarishvota Vayu Sandhuvana Vata Abhino Grinanto Vishtambho Drigo Dharuna Prithivyayi Asyishanan Jagato Vishnu Patni Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana
Bhunatu
Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavati Namastu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Pritili, for the beautiful chanting. Let's begin today's class, as usual, with our Guru Pranam. Om Akhanda Mandala Karam Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Hari Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishnaya. My greetings to all the members of the Modak Academy, as well as to all those devotees who have joined from far and wide. Yesterday we all celebrated Independence Day. Today, this class has come very timely. After your rest in the morning, I think you are all prepared for this class. I'm happy to welcome every one of you on this class called Ancient Anecdotes. I must give one explanation here regarding the course of this class. You see, when we started first monthly once, and I thought I will take some stories from the Upanishads. These are called Upanishadic stories. Those stories in one class, that is within 45 minutes, we can convey that story and its important element of teaching, what Upanishad says. But later, in the past 2 classes, I have developed a theme of the Kathopanishad story, because Kathopanishad has got a beautiful story, and of course, the wonderful ideas that are there also to be discussed. So I received from many devotees requests regarding this Kathopanishad, and they said, Swamiji, instead of telling in one class only the story, not what it means, instead of that, why don't you take up the Kathopanishad itself and go by verse, that each verse of the Kathopanishad is called a mantra, Upanishadic mantras. So Swami Vivekananda loved Kathopanishad so much that on his birthday in Belur Met and other branches, wherever his devotees are there, we chant Kathopanishad. So Kathopanishad has got a very special place in the heart of Swami Vivekananda. So why not we do mantra-wise? So I also thought perhaps that may be useful for the devotees who are listening to Kathopanishad maybe for the first time. Who knows? Not all of us are proficient in reading Upanishads. Upanishads are written in Vedic Sanskrit. It is not the modern Sanskrit that we use now. So the Sanskrit is very tough. Plus, the Upanishad, the way of telling, is not like a storytelling of Puranas. There's a big difference between the narration of Puranic stories and Upanishadic stories. In Puranic stories, you will know who is talking what. In Upanishad stories, the name is not mentioned, who talks to whom. But then how do we understand? Say, for instance, in Gita, it is said, Sri Bhagavan Vacha, Sri Arjuna Vacha. That means Bhagavan tells now. So Arjuna tells. So like that we know who is going to talk now. And if Bhagavan says, hey Arjuna, that means Bhagavan is talking to Arjuna. We know that. So in Upanishadic stories, there is no such somebody is telling something like that. All conversations are just put there because Upanishadic sages had no time. Last month, I explained to you how they were all busy and they were short time for making you understand that thou art Atman. So that was their purpose. So naturally, it is not a storytelling hour. In Upanishad stories are just by the way it has come. So how do we understand who is talking to whom? For that only, we have to refer to our great acharyas. Sri Adi Shankara, when he started writing Bhashya for Upanishads, he told that who is talking to whom, because he had a great, wonderful memory, power, and wonderful knowledge of the scriptures. So he could tell. So from his understandings, from his writings, we also find out what was happening. So the story so far went like this. Shortly I'm telling. So one Rishi was conducting a Gurukulam. He had many students. One of the students was his own son, Nachiketas. That is the name of the son. So the Rishi was doing a big yajna. Yajna, sacrifice. There's a havan. So in that sacrifice, after that, he is supposed to hand over as gifts to all those priests who are assembled there. Most of the time, you find the priests are very poor and they don't have much way of living. So only those people who do puja, yajna, tantra, mantra, etc., they only have to give something to this priest. And with that, they conduct their daily expenses. So he was giving cows. Of course, he gave so many other things. And then lastly, he distributed his cows from the Goshala. But the cows were not good. They were very bad. So the boy who was standing near him and watching, the useless cows are being given as gift to the Brahmana priest. This boy got upset. So he went to his father again and again and irritated him by asking, you are giving these cows to these Brahmanas, whom you are going to give me, your son? So this question irritated the father. So when he got irritated, he has to reply. So he replied, I am going to give you to Lord Yama, like that is pronounced. So the boy thought, my father's word has to be kept up. So he goes to Yamaloka. This is what we saw. He went to Yamaloka and he went to Yama's house. That is a big palace. And he stood outside and he knocked the door. Somebody told him, Yama has gone out. When he comes back, he will meet you. Then it seems, we are going to imagine that Yama's palace means Yama's wife must be there, and other relations of Yama's must be there, and Yama's professional assistants must be there, and Yama's host of servants would be there. All those things you assume. You just imagine in your mind. So the house lady, Yama's wife, it seems, let us imagine, comes and tell this boy, our Lord has gone outside. He will come back only late. So in the meantime, you can come inside. He refuses. No, I won't enter inside unless to whom I am going to meet comes first. So he stood outside and he stayed for 3 nights. This was the story we saw last time. Now from here, we take up now. So the mantra we are going to take up today is the Kathopanishad mantra, first Valli, that is Valli 1, that is the portion, and the first chapter, 7th shloka. If you have Kathopanishad book with you, then immediately grab it and take up that book and see the shloka yourself. You'll find it very interesting. If you simply hear me, it may not sound so beautiful because the shlokas they are not merely shlokas, they are called mantras. So the Upanishads are mantra. So these Upanishads have been chanted by many, many saints for many thousands of years. So they are very good. In your library, nearby your hand, if you have a Kathopanishad, just take it out and look for first division, first chapter, 7. So what is this mantra, 7th mantra says? Very beautiful. It says, Vaishwanaraha pravishati adithir brahmano grihan tasyaitam shantim kurvanti hara vaivasvatodakam. What a beautiful verse you see. Imagine, I told you, there are so many people who are there along with Yama in his home. And Yama is not alone in that palace. So, but he has gone out on some routine work. So he has not yet come back. So the Aditi has come to the house. So this lady, the house lady, seems to be telling Yama when he came back. What does he say? They say, a guest has come, Aditi has come to our house. And he is like a fire. Vaishwanaraha, like a fire. Vaishwanara means fire. The fire which is there in our stomach, which is digesting all the food that we put inside, that is called Vaishwanara Agni. So that Agni is there in everyone's. So that Agni, that Aditi has come with hunger. He has not eaten for 3 days. So the Vaishwanara is now moving there. So he is like a fire. So, and in Shastras, they say, whoever guest comes to your home, he should be treated as with great respect and honor. Why? The Agni Devata comes in the form of a guest. So when a guest comes to your home, you must know that person resembles Agni Devata. So whatever respect and honor you are going to give to that guest, Atithi, that guest, that will go to Agni Devata and it will satisfy him. When Agni Devata is happy with you at your way of reception, then he will bestow lots and lots of great things. Prosperity he will bring for you. And he will protect you from all dangers. So that is the faith. In Upanishadic time, people worship not the gods that we all worship today in Hinduism. You must know that. So they were all worshipping Agni, Varuna, Indra, like such devatas were there. So the devata worship was prevalent at that time. So the devatas were very powerful. So one Agni devata has come from Bhuloka. This boy has gone from Bhuloka, from the earth to the Yamaloka. So therefore, he is to be considered as Agni devata. So when Atithi comes, Atithi Grihan Pravishati. Atithi has come, he has come into the home and he has entered the home. Now, Atithi is, who is an Atithi? Atithi is the person who is a guest. We say in English, that word doesn't have much of meaning because English words are professional, what you call business words. So guest, we call it. But guest does not convey the meaning of Atithi. A guest may be, previously he may inform you that I am so and so, I am coming from such and such place, I will arrive at your home on such and such a date, and I will come by car, I'll come by train, I'll come by air. So many things he'll say. He is also guest. And suddenly, without telling you any previous news, just he appears. You know, sometimes we become Atithi to many devotees' house. You know, when we are going, suppose I am going to Salem, on the way, I am going to Dharmapuri. I see Dharmapuri, the place. So immediately, I can just get into that place and said, I have come today, give me food, lunch I will take care. So now I have not announced previously. So what happens is, when you do not announce previously and you come, he is also in English called guest. But in Sanskrit, the word Atithi means one who has not got any appointment with you. Appointment means date. That means Tithi. Tithi is not there. Tithi means a particular date. So our Tithi means one who has no fixed date beforehand. And that type of person comes means Agni Devata himself has come. What a beautiful idea, you see. So to that person, if a known person comes and if an informed person comes and you give all the respects and honor to him, that's okay. That is expected. But unknown person comes and he asks something. He has come for food and you give him and respect him. That means Agni Devata is greatly pleased with you. So they say that he has come inside and he has now by worshipping him, by taking care of that Atithi, you will get a lot of punya. Punya means merits. Lot of merits you will get. And those things will save you later. So the Atithi has come. So what you should do? So the lady, house lady, is telling him, Tasyaitam Shantim Kurvanti. He said, the Atithi, the Agni Devata has come. Agni Devata has to be given Shanti. He has to be made peaceful. How do you make Agni peaceful? By pouring water. Is it not? How do you douse the Agni? So you pour water on that. Then the Agni will be Shanti. So it will become Sham. So Sham is Shanti. Shanno Mitra Sham Varuna. Shanno Bhavat Varyama. We say Sham is the Shanti. Let it give me Shanti. So the Shanti will be given. So the Atithi has come. Now this is a real human from Bhuloka. Can you pour water on him? Will he become Shanti? No. He should be given water to drink. So he says, Hara Vaivasatodakam. The lady is commanding. Hara, the word she has used. That means she is in a commanding position to Yama. Unless she is a wife, nobody can tell Yamaraj, you go and bring water. So that commanding tone, she says, Hara Vaivas Udakam Hara. To bring water for Vaivasta. This is a great Atithi has come. Like that she says. And this one we understand from this mantra, we know that whenever any Atithi guest comes to our place, we should be cordial, we should be respectful, we should honor, and last of all, and you should feed him something. Without feeding him, you should not leave him. Sri Ramakrishna, in the gospel, we find beautiful instances. Sri Ramakrishna goes like that, without information. Sri Ramakrishna sometimes would visit some houses of devotees. So he would go there, and they have not made anything. If they had known earlier Ramakrishna is coming, they would have prepared something for him. But nothing is made. So they are also perplexed what to do. Then he says, give me a glass of water. He says to his disciples, look, if monks visit any house, and even if that host forgot to give something to eat, you must ask the host, give me a glass of water, and take the water and keep the glass and then come out. Not necessarily you have to eat there, but drinking a glass of water will bring good for that devotee. So because they have forgotten how to honor an Atithi, a guest. So they have done it unintentionally. So don't get angry, don't get upset. Just pray for their welfare and come out by asking for a glass of water, drink it and come out. This is a great teaching we learned from Sri Ramakrishna. And here also it says, so Hara Udakam, she is ordering him, bring water for this boy. So Yama, what is that? And Yama has come after a tour of many places in this prapancham, in this world. Many places he has gone, and he has just now come back. He has seen that boy waiting outside. He has come inside, and his wife is talking to him like this. And now Yama must be very tired. The lady understands that. Yama must be very tired. He must not even now, he will straight away go to his bed and sleep for some time. So, in order to feel Yama, not to get tired or not to feel tired, but you must attend this guest first. That is your foremost duty. You can take rest later. So, in spite of your hardship, in spite of your tiredness, you should not wait for that. Get up, go and bring a glass of water to that boy. That's how he says, like that it appears. So, if I delay in greeting the guest, if I delay in honoring the guest, what will happen? This is also told. You see, here also it is not said who is talking to whom. Only the mantra is there. From the mantra's explanation, we have to think that the people in the house, they are talking to Yama like this. What is that? Mantra 8. The mantra says, Asha pratikshe sangatam sundratam cheshta purte putra pashuncha sarvam etad dhrinte purushasya alpamedasaha yasya anashnan vasati brahmano grihe. These are beautiful mantras. They are not like your Gita mantras. Understand? These Upanishad mantras have got their own grammar. Their own Upanishad, the ancient grammar they have. So, according to that, these verses are there. You cannot compare it with the modern Sanskrit grammar. So, he says, Asha pratikshe sangatam sunritam ishta purte then putra pashuncha sarvan. He says, what will be the consequences? What will be the result if a guest is not honored? So you must know, then only we will try to honor a guest. Suppose you don't know the result of honoring the guest. How you will honor the guest? You may neglect him. So the Upanishad is giving what are the ideas are there, what benefit you will get, it says. So the consequence is called Pratyavaya Papam by our Dharma Shastras. Apart from Upanishads, Itihasa, Puranas, in Hinduism, we have got hundreds of Dharma Shastras. They are called Smriti Granthas. Starting from Manu Smriti, you have got thousands of Smritis are there. Many, many Granthas are there. They are called Dharma Granthas. In Dharma Granthas are like teaching of what to do, what not to do, according to the different times. So 2026, now you should know what to do, what not to do. Likewise, 100 years before, when your parents were there, they would know at that time what are the rules to be done, what is not to do. They knew. Likewise, now we know. So in each age, every 100 years, the rules may change. What to do, what not to do may change. So in that time, Yamadharma's time, you see that it's said, what are the things to give you merits in your action? So he says, if you do not do these meritorial actions, you will get papam, you will get sin. So you must know how the sin can be avoided. There's a beautiful, it's called pratyavaya papam. So the very beautiful word is used by these Dharma Shastras. They say, the Shastras say, don't do this. You don't do it. Then nothing, no problem. But if the Shastra says, do it, and you don't do it, you neglect it, then there is a sin. So if a command is there to do a particular action, and if you neglect it, if you do not do it, then you acquire a sort of sin. That is called papam. That is called pratyavaya papam. So that your punya will be decreased, will be eliminated by the increase of this pratyavaya papam. So it says, what is the first punya that you have? Asha. The first quality is asha. What is this asha means? In English, we translate it as hope. A hope. A hope. You see, there are two kinds of hopes are there. One is that you know exactly at what time what is going to happen. That is, say tomorrow, 8 o'clock, Vande Bharat Express train will stop at Yelagiri. This is given in calendar, in the timetable of the railways. You know that it is going to come. So tomorrow, the train is coming, like that you are telling to somebody. Is this called asha, hope? No. This is not hope. Because you know exactly what time, when, what is coming, and where. So this is called, this is very beautiful word is used. Jnata nirgyata prapya. One word is used. Nirgyata prapya. So this nirgyata prapya, that means you know clearly what is going to happen. That is not hope. Hope is always anirgyata prapya. That is unknowingly what you think, that is called hope. Suppose, for instance, a 10-year-old boy is there. So the parents are telling, hey, my son, look, when we become old, you must grow, and you must grow very nicely. You must get a job nicely, get a good salary, and you should protect us. You should nourish us. You should keep us nicely. Now, he's telling that son is only 10-year-old. Now, this son may grow old, get a good salary, and keep the parents well. This is what called, this is not nirgyata. This is anirgyata. This is asha. So asha is, because there are so many factors that may interfere with your desire, that may change it. The boy himself may die. You think that he will take protection from him, but he may not be there, or he may be in a foreign country, not accessible to you. So whatever you think at that time, that is called asha, which is uncertain. What you think in future, that's certain uncertainty, and that is called asha. In Sri Ramakrishna's life, we find Hriday looks at a small, calf. We call it calf. So baby calf. So he sees that, and immediately he remembers, he thinks of certain things. So Sri Ramakrishna asks him, what are you thinking? You are very happy since seeing that calf. Then Hriday says, no, I will purchase this calf, take me to my village and give it nice grass, etc. grow very well, and then it will become mother, and then it will give milk, and those milk I will sell it, then I will get a lot of money, then make a big house. Now this is certain. You may not even purchase that cow. There are so many factors that come before you. So whatever anirgyata prapya, whatever you get which you do not have any fixed sense of time, that is called asha. Then what is pratiksha? Pratiksha is, as I told you, the train is coming at such and such a time. It is coming at a particular station. So you go and stand there. So you don't call it, मैं आशा करता हूँ गाड़ी अभी आएगी. You don't say that. मैं प्रतीक्षा करता हूँ अभी गाड़ी आएगी. So that word is pratiksha. So the Upanishad uses the word pratikshe, asha pratikshe. And then another word is still says sangatam. Sangatam means attachment or keeping associated with. That is called sangat. Sangat, we say, who is doing sangat in tabla to the musician? We ask. Sangat in tabla maker is a sangat to the musician, vocal musician. So you can see the sangat means association. So what is the association? Good association, bad association. Two types are there. So in good association, satsangam, we call it satsangam. What we are doing today, what about 76 people are there, according to this Google Meet number, it shows there on the top. 76 people are listening to this class. That means 76 people, we are all put together having satsangam. Satsangam with whom? Not with any particular individual. Satsangam with Upanishad, Kathopanishad. So the satsangam is a great, great punya. To have satsangam is a great punya. So how, if you have a Mahatma satsangam, that is also a great punya. So satsangam is a sant satsangam, they call it. That's why people go to Mahatmas. When you know some great Swami is there, great monk is there, great tapasvi is there. Nowadays in Vrindavan, everybody goes to see Swami Premananda. He is not even a monk, he's only a brahmachari. But you see what a tapasya he has got. People just go and meet him and they feel very much pleasant. Likewise, there are many places, great men are there. And by the dint of the power of the tapasya, they have become great. And if you go and stay with them, even for a few moments, just a few moments, that is enough for you to purify your mind. That's why satsangam has got great effect, great interest. And this satsangam, the glory of satsangam itself will take 2 3 days. So much glory is there. But Upanishad briefly tells this Aditi Puja is nothing but a satsangam. When Aditi comes, when a guest comes to your home and you wash his feet, you make him sit comfortable, and then you give a glass of water, and then you feed him, and then you give him some gift also, and then he comes back. That type of Aditi Satsanga, Aditi Satkar is a great thing. It's a great benefit to the householder. But most of us, we don't realize it. You know, today only I was talking to one gentleman of 3 schools is running. He is the chief headmaster, principal, or acting, for the 3 schools. He is also from Salem. So he was telling me, Maharaj, whenever you pass through Salem, please visit our place. I said, I don't have dates. He said, no problem. Anytime you can come and we will definitely feed you, like to feed you. Like that is, see, that idea, that desire to feed a sadhu, that when he comes here unannounced, that's a great thing. In Ranchi also, I used to visit our visitors, our devotees' houses, like that. Unannounced, I would go. And something good will happen after that. We have seen that. So this satsangam is a very important item. Then 4th point it says, is sundritam. The sundritam is a word. It's a very complicated word. It says, it speaks about how to use our organ of speech. We have got tongue, we have got throat, and we have got prana shakti. the pranashakti comes out and maneuvers the throat organ, and through it, the tongue brings out words. But how the word is coming out from our mind, we thought something, I want to drink water. This is the thought. But then that comes out in the form of words. I want to drink water, so I'm telling, please give me a glass of water. So this, how it has come? It is the representing the thought. So if the third thought is powerful, if the thought is very grand, strength, then the words are also powerful. That's why in the Dharma Shastras, the words telling something, what words you use, has got very, very importance. So much of importance they give. In Tamil also we have a Dharma Shastra called Tirukkural. In Tirukkural, Tiruvallur has put one whole adhyaya, one whole chapter on the greatness of the tongue. The tongue can become, either it can be your enemy or it can be your best friend. If you speak sweet words to the people, if you don't hurt them by using certain slangs, then you are doing great service by the tongue. So the Lord Yama looks at us, and it is written there in the Dharma Shastra that Yama looks at everyone's action. He is the man who is keeping the account of our actions and thoughts. So Yama has got an assistant, of course. His name is Chitragupta. Chitragupta writes down. Suppose I abuse my tongue by using certain bad words towards another person, that is noted down. Then what is the danda, punishment for me? I will have problem with my tongue. I will not be able to speak. I will have a disease in the tongue. So there are so many things happening. So our Shastras caution you. Don't go for all those unwanted effects. Why not you speak sweetly? Why not you tell people good words? Let them be happy. When anybody comes to you, going time, that person should be happy in mind. Can you make him happy? That is the important point. So it says, Sundrata walk. It is taught. The walk, Sundrata is walk. So that in our culture, the organ of speech is very, very important because it is very powerful. That's why Swami says, Uttishta, Jagrata, Prapyavaran Nivodita. He says that arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. When you hear these words, how wonderful you get inspired. Why you get inspired? Because the words are so powerful. Why the words are powerful? It's a simple word in English. In any English dictionary, you will find arise, awake. When you read that arise, awake English dictionary, do you get that feeling of inspiration? No. Why? Because there is a dictionary word. But when Swamiji's mouth utters the same words, arise and awake, you get inspiration. Inspiration comes because the words represent the thought. So there is a very good connection between the mental thought and verbal word. These two are interconnected very closely. That's why when the rishis and munis who have done tapasya, they attain power in their mind, mental power. Whatever they say, it becomes so. The same Yama, what a wonderful person Yama. Yama's character, if you read, Yama itself is controller. Controller of 5 sense organs and external, internal, and controller of the entire universe. He is called Yama. The word itself says he is the controller. And what type of controller? He has got so much of power. If he utters one word, that word must happen. So you know Satyavan Savitri story. How her husband was taken away by Yama's Dutas. And Yama comes and she is weeping and wailing. And then she makes pranam to Yama and prays to him. It's a very beautiful story, Satyavan Savitri. And on this, a beautiful poem was written by Sri Aurobindo. If you are interested in Aurobindo literature, please take up that one book, Savitri. It is called Savitri. Very beautiful poem. And to read it very excellent English he had. Of course, in those days of English knowledge he had. So he wrote that poem wonderful. So there he says that the story goes like this. She goes and begs Yama and prays to him, and Yama gives her the blessing to be Sumangali Bhava. That means you be with your husband. But husband is dead. But his word cannot go out. So naturally, he has to give back the husband to her. So Savitri, how she intelligently got back her dead husband is told in the story. In the story, of course, other things we have to learn. But one important thing we learned is, if a highly controlled person, tapasvi person, who utters a simple word, that word can give goodness. If I bless you, the blessings will come to you. If I curse you in the same way, that's why the Rishis curses in the Puranic stories, you'll find many, many instances of curse. Somebody curses somebody. Even Lord Vishnu was cursed by Narada, and he had to take the form of Ramchandra later. So like that, you got hundreds of stories in Puranas. Even the Dasharatha went for a hunting, and he heard in the night one elephant has come and taking water. And he aimed his arrow and he got on that fellow. That is Shravan, cursed him. So, not Shravan's curse, Shravan's father, he cursed him. So he was a great man. So he cursed the curse has to come true. So Rama has to go to forest. So you find there are this cursing or blessing depends upon the words. Why we go to the saints and ask them blessings? Swamiji, today is my this 150th birthday. Please bless me. Why we ask for blessings? The blessings will remove the papa and bring out punya to you. That's why, so when you speak, you must be very careful. So that's why you can see among all the sense organs, is whether the words, it is openly spoken or written, or you read a letter, you feel how much pleasure. A beautiful letter has come to you and you feel very happy. It is because the words conveys a meaning. That's why it has got power. So this vakya, that vak means speech. The speech has to have a tapas. So in Viveka Chudamani, Adi Shankara says one beautiful sentence. The sentence says like this: Yogasya Prathamadvaram Vang Nirodha. Vak Nirodha is the Prathamadvaram. If you want to be a yogi, and the first step of your sadhana should be what? You may ask, should I do bhajan? Should I do meditation? Should I do japam? Nothing. Shankara says, don't bring all those things. Those sadhanas can wait. But before you do anything, any starting of any sadhana, the first thing is Vang tapas, Vang nirodha, Vak tapas. Do you have Vak tapas? Are you controlled in your speech? Are you speaking only Hitaishana words? The words that can do good to others? Not cursing. So if you speak those words, then that is the first step in yoga sadhana. How beautifully he puts it, you see. So that is such a wonderful thing. Then fifth, let us go to fifth point. Ishtapurte is a word used here. So all religious activities that you do are called Ishtam. That's why you call it Ishta Devata, Ishta Mantra, Ishta Karyam, Ishta Yagyam. All this Ishta word is used for religious activities because you desirable. They are desirable. So whatever is desirable is called Ishtam. So this Ishta word comes from, the root of the word is, they say, Yaj in Sanskrit. Yaj means Yagyam. So that Ishtapurte. So it says, if you do not, when the guest comes, so 6 types of Ishtapurti activities you should do. The Dharmas, we come to Dharma Shastras now. Now nothing is explained in Kathopanishad. We have to refer to Dharma Shastra. What is this Ishtapurte? Then we have to say, it says, Agnihotram tapaha satyam vedanam chanupalanam atityam vaishvadevasya ishtam iti abhidiyate. So this Dharma Shastra says, or 6-fold religious activities if you do, they are called Ishtapurtam. Are you able to do sixfold Ishtapurta activities in your life, daily life? We can ask this. And what are they? One is called that Agni Hotram, regular fire worship. You may say, Maharaj, we don't have time to do fire worship in our house. We don't have proper space to do havan, etc. No, fire worship you can't do. But I tell you, when you light a lamp, you have done the fire worship. In the modern context, lighting a lamp daily in your prayer room or prayer place is a must. That itself is significant of fire worship, fire yajna, Agni Hotra. In the modern days, that is what we can do. In every house in the modern buildings, you'll find there is a smoke detector. And if the smoke is detected, then it will give alarm. And you know how many people will be disturbing around you. So smoke should not be come up. So that means you cannot use fire. But when you light a lamp, the fire comes or not, the flame comes or not. So it is a part, whether it is a part small or it is a big fire of a yajna, both are in nature same. A very big cobra or it's a baby cobra, both are sufficiently enough to kill a person. Is it not? Their poison is same power. Likewise, big fire of yajna and a small matchbox fire is same. So Agni Hotram we are doing, every day we have to do tapaha, tapasya, moderation in all activities, from eating, sleeping, enjoyment, everything, have moderation. That is called tapaha. Satyam, speaking truth. When this organ has been given by Lord to you, how many people are suffering without the proper tongue? Do you know? The tongue cancer has exceeded the lung cancer, they say. Nowadays, tongue cancer is becoming very, very prevalent. Why? Because we have misused the tongue. Let us use with speaking satyam. When you do satyam speaking only, truth speaking only, then you can protect yourself. Then it says, Vedanam Anupalanam Veda Parayanam. You have to read Vedas. Is it possible to read Vedas nowadays? We cannot read Vedas. Vedas cannot be read by us. Neither we have knowledge of that much Sanskrit, neither we have books in our houses. Anybody seen 4 Vedas together? Only in the libraries you may see. You have not seen that Vedas. So how to Anupalanam, how to follow the Vedas? Then Vedas represent the knowledge of God. So in any language, whether it is Bengali, English, Hindi or Tamil, any language, knowledge about God is written in all the languages. So you read that. If you are a Tamilian, read Devar. If you are a Bengali person, you can read. The modern days we say, Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna is a scripture. It is equivalent to reading of the Vedas. Yes, I can't read Vedas, but I can read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. That is equivalent to Vedas. So we are accepting that. And then that these are the 6 items by which an Atithi has to be worshipped. So when Atithi comes, these are the 6 items they do. So that, I have seen in our home days, my mother used to cook and then she would take little rice, cooked rice, and go out and call the crows, ka, 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 like that, and she would keep it at one place. Then all the crows will come and eat that. Then only we will be served. Children will be served only after the crow is served. So the crow, you see, is very important. This is their call. So they say that all these type of atithis, when you do your proper respect and honor them, they become a great fort for you. They bring the punya, the meritorious, the merits join you, and that will save you. That's why, so as if telling Yama knows all these things, but still his wife, we imagine his wife is telling him that why you have to neglect the guest who has come to you. So give him all these things and let him experience that how wonderfully our Yamaloka is able to respect the guest. Like that, she says, then Yama looks at this boy. And first time he is going to talk to this boy. Can you imagine what he is going to talk? Very interesting. And he is not only going to talk to this boy, he is going to compensate the deficiency that was experienced by this boy. When he came, the boy came, he was not there in the house. That is one deficiency. Secondly, he went out. He came 3 days after. So making him wait for 3 days. Third is, he was anna ahara dina. There is no anna ahara. Not even a glass of water was given to him. Because he refused to come inside. He stood outside and waited for Yama's coming. So 3 deficiencies were there. So now Yama has to compensate that. How will he compensate? We shall see in the next month. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanam.